Skydiving usually starts from an aircraft, most commonly an airplane. Typical jumps take place from around 10,000 to 15,000 feet, although skydivers can also jump from helicopters and even hot air balloons. After leaving the aircraft, they freefall for roughly 30 to 60 seconds before deploying the parachute. Once the parachute opens, the skydiver steers toward a designated landing area within the drop zone, a clear area designed to keep the landing away from obstacles. Many people think skydiving is an extremely dangerous activity, but in reality, skydiving is much safer than most people imagine, and some comparisons even suggest it can be safer than driving a car. That's because skydivers use multiple layers of safety equipment. The gear usually includes 2 parachutes, a main parachute and a reserve parachute. They also carry an AAD, or automatic activation device. If the skydiver is still falling below a certain altitude and has not deployed a parachute, the AAD can automatically activate the reserve parachute. Did you know that you can begin your skydiving training and even make your first solo jump on the very first day of the course? First, you complete several hours of ground school, where you learn body position, safety procedures, altitude awareness, and how to land properly. After that, students usually make a few tandem jumps with an instructor to get familiar with the experience of freefall and parachute flight. Then comes the first solo student jump. Even though it is called a solo jump, the student is supported in the air by 2 instructors who stay alongside them during freefall and help keep everything under control. And to become a fully licensed skydiver, you usually need to complete around 25 to 50 jumps, depending on the country and training system. But the journey does not stop there. After getting your first license, you need to keep jumping to upgrade to higher levels. Skydiving licenses usually progress step by step. For example, a license starts at 25 jumps and B license at 50 jumps. Then come higher levels, like C and D, which require even more experience. The more you progress, the more skills, responsibility, and freedom you gain. Now, what about the cost? Skydiving isn't exactly a cheap hobby. The price of training depends heavily on the country and the drop zone, but getting all the way to your first license can cost roughly $2,000 to $5,000. Then comes the equipment. A complete new skydiving rig can easily cost around $8,000 to $10,000. But once you're licensed and you own your own gear, things become much cheaper. A regular jump ticket usually costs somewhere around $30 to $50 per jump. And yes, you can probably find some suspiciously cheap parachute gear online. But when your life is literally hanging from it, this is probably not the best place to hunt for the lowest price. Used gear can be perfectly safe, just make sure it has been properly inspected by a qualified parachute rigger before you trust it with your life. Hopefully you found this video useful. If you'd like to learn more about skydiving and other extreme sports, check out the rest of our channel. And if you enjoyed the video, subscribe so you don't miss the next one.